Hands-free laws are popping up everywhere. If not at the state level, then at the local city and town level. In this video, we'll take a look at a hands-free solution that not only holds your phone, but also keeps it charged. Hands-free devices are almost a necessity nowadays, as states and localities have hands-free laws that in some cases can be the primary reason for a police officer to stop you, not just an add-on type violation. This N8 model from Dimition, or Dimi for short, was intriguing not only for its advertised easy mounting and dismounting features, but also for its embedded wireless charging function to keep the phone charged while held in the device. Here are a couple of features that help this phone holder stand out from the crowd. First is the wireless charging induction pad that helps keep your phone charged when it's in your vehicle. This is particularly helpful when running a navigation app such as Google Maps. With the USB-C cable connected to your vehicle, the phone will sense power and keep the screen on for navigation. The charger can charge phones using 10, 7.5, or 5-watt charge rates. Since the holder has power, it will also grip and release your phone using a small motor. Just drop the phone in the holder and the side grips will tighten down to grab your phone. When you're ready to leave the car, just touch the back of the case and the grips will open, releasing the phone. I have a typical silicone protective case around my Galaxy S8 and the induction charging works just fine. The product information says it will work with the thicker OtterBox style cases too. Next, as we'll see in a minute, the kit comes with two different mounting options. There's a small vent-style clip to mount the holder to one of your vehicle's air vents. Several of my other mounts are vent-style mounts, and I find that they put the phone in an easy-to-see location without blocking my view. The other mount is a suction cup mount for mounting on a windshield or other smooth surface. There is a small disc that comes with the kit that has a layer of sticky silicone surface that you can place on your dashboard and then place the suction cup over the smooth metal surface on the other side. I'm not sure how secure the sticky seal will be, but it's a cool idea nonetheless. Last, there's a cutout on the bottom support that allows access to your phone's bottom USB port, assuming it's mounted on the center. This allows you to connect a USB cable to your vehicle for a data connection, such as for Android Auto. I'm not a big Android Auto guy, so that's not a big deal for me, but it's a thoughtful touch. Let's take a quick look at what's in the box. Here's the box that the phone charger holder comes in. It's got just kind of the typical retail stuff. It's got the contents in both English and Japanese and some photos on the back. And it was pretty well packed. It came through the shipping process without any damage, which is a good thing. But the important stuff is what's inside. So let's take a look at that. So the holder itself is this device right here. I don't have it powered, and so these things aren't moving. The bottom will adjust. That one you can move, but the instructions ask you not to move the grips on the side for fear of stripping the gearing with the motor that causes them to open and close when the device is powered. This allows you to change the size of the holder for longer or shorter smartphones. On the back is the connector for either the vent or the suction cup. It kind of snaps in here, and then this will screw down to make it a tight fit. And then this is the inductive charging pad right there. So that's the phone holder itself. So let's take a look at a couple of the accessories that'll make this all work together. First, of course, is just some paperwork. This one comes with a 15% coupon code for another purchase from this vendor. So that's in there, and it acts as your warranty card. There's some instructions. The phone holder is pretty simple, but opening it up from one side, it'll give you the basics in English, and then if you open it up from the other side, it'll be the same thing in Chinese. Now, the one clip that I mentioned already is the vent clip. It's got a little spring right here that causes the vent alligator mouth thing here to open, and so you can get it there on your vent where you want it, and then just close that down, and then this thing will release as well to give it a little extra firmness there on the vent. And then the connector itself is on this little ball, and I showed you that on the back of the holder where you'd snap it in and then tighten it to hold it the way you want it on the vent. So that's the vent clip. For many folks, the suction cup mount is going to be the desired mount. It's got these little plastic shields on it, as you're used to, I'm sure, and so you'll pull those off, but this is the mount. Underneath this, it's fairly sticky by itself without pressing down on this lever to seal and draw the suction in. So this ought to work pretty well on most car interiors, you know, that are that faux leather or vinyl, because it's got some stickiness all by itself. And then it's adjustable right here. You can move this around, so if you have it up on the windscreen, you know, you could have it up like this. If you had it down on the surface of a dashboard, again, you could, you know, just turn it around and have it facing you like that. So there's a lot of flexibility. Again, there's a round mount right here where the phone charger and holder just kind of snaps over, and then again, it'll tighten up around that little ball, which also means that if you loosen it, you can swivel it to give you either an up and down or a side to side orientation on your phone. I mentioned already that it comes with a little metal plate. That's what's in this plastic bag. And then on one side, it's a smooth metal plate so that the suction cup would make a good solid seal. And then on this side, it's got some of this sticky silicone that you could use to put it down if the primary suction cup doesn't hold on your dash. So this would give you an alternative to stick it down good and tight, and then use the metal side to allow the suction cup to hold it in place, while still allowing this to be removed, you know, without doing a bunch of damage to the vinyl or the leather on your car's dashboard. And then last but not least is the USB cable. This is a USB-C cable right here, and this is what's going to go from either the USB charger that might go into a 12-volt outlet in your car if you have an older car, or it'll just plug right into the USB port in your car, and then it plugs into the bottom of the phone charger, which allows the motor to open and close on your phone, and it also provides the power for the inductive charger. So those are the things that come in the kit. Okay, since we now know what's included in the box, let's take it outside and see how it sets up and how it works. Okay, so here we have the charger. I'm out here in my Ford Explorer, and I want to use the vent clip as I've described before, and so it's just a matter of snapping the ball on the vent clip into the receiver right here, and then tightening this down at the angle that you want. Now I've dry fit this a little bit so that I don't have to, you know, monkey with that while it's on video, but I've got this arranged to put it there up on the vent, and see how that'll all come together. Now I've got my USB-C cord. It's plugged in the little cavity there below the air conditioning controls, and so I'm going to just plug that into the bottom here. And the car is off, and that means that USB port is off, which is what I want, since I don't want the charger to be drawing current when the vehicle's not on. So I'm just going to reach up there slide that onto the vent, and then reach underneath there and pull the little clamp down, and it's clipped on, and it's on there nice and steady. So at this point, let me start the car, and so there's power to the charger, and we'll work the phone in and out of the holder and charger. Okay, so the charger is on. You can see the Dimi name is lit up, and so now it's just going to be a matter of, you know, as if you were coming in and got the car started and you wanted to have the phone up. Comes together, holds it in, and it's right there in a nice view. Now you're at the end of the time. You're ready to leave your vehicle, and so now it's just a matter of touching the back of the case. The grabs come out, and you can lift the phone out of the holder. Now in a minute we'll drive around with the app on. You can see the phone just went screen went dead, but with the app running, we're going to check to make sure that it stays running, because that's one of the main points of having a holder plugged into the car in the hands-free mode, so that you can keep that navigation app running. So this is just Google Maps driving through the neighborhood. As you can see here, and since I've got navigation running, I gave it a destination that I wanted to go to. The map is staying active there on the screen. It's right in my field of view, so it's easy to see. I can see the the next turn on just a quick glance down at the phone holder, and then at the same time the phone is charging, so that we've got a great system going here with keeping the phone charged while having it easily accessible to remove by just touching the back of the case, instead of having to unplug it and do some of the other things you'd have to do if you were using, say, a magnetic mount and then had the phone plugged in itself to the USB cable, as opposed to having it plugged into the charger. Okay, so here I am in the cockpit of my Ford F-150, and you can see I've got the phone mounted right here on the vent on the center toward the driver's side, and that's working. I have the gear shift. I've got the truck in drive, so you can see that the gear shift is kind of in front of it, and since you're not normally messing with the gear shift very often, it goes down there in front of it pretty well, and it holds the phone pretty well. So here in the cockpit, I have it mounted here where I can use it. I can mount it over there on that vent. I can move it and have it here on the left-hand side on this vent if I wanted to. Where I can't really do much is mount it using the suction cup on the dashboard, because this particular vehicle, the dashboard has multiple complex curves, and so there's not enough flat space for the suction cup to get a nice grip. Although perhaps that sticky plate that came with it would allow it to get a grip. Of course, the suction cup would work fine on the windscreen. I could mount it there underneath the mirror. I could mount it near the front, where it's kind of at the same distance as the end of the dashboard there, and still give me a good view of my navigation or whatever the other apps there might be running that I'd want to be able to have visible on my phone. So you've seen it in the Explorer on a center mount. You've seen it now here on the F-150, and so it's going to mount in a variety of vehicles and do what it says it's going to do. The charging works well. The cord that came with it is long enough. It fits nicely here in my F-150, and it fit conveniently in my Explorer as well. So all in all, the thing does what it says it's going to do. It holds it tight. Now I'm just going to be spend a day or so driving around with the phone in the holder to see what its security is. As with my other mounts, I like the positioning of the vent mount. On my Ford F-150, the phone is up so I can easily see it, but not blocking any of the windshield. The suction cup mount provides for a wide range of mount placement, and the adjustable bracket on the mount makes it easy to set it for the angle that's right for you. I've been driving around with this mount for a few days and found that it keeps the phone secure on city streets and in city traffic. Bumpy off-road excursions might prove different, but the mount is well built and should be good except for the most jarring bumps. All in all, I'm quite impressed with the Dimi phone mount and the wireless charging capability. As always, if you found this video helpful, please click on the thumbs up button below the video and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the Gadget Talk channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching.